All right. Yep. There we are. All right, folks. AOL time. I'm your host, GX2. About to get things started here. This is season 14, week 3 of Articuno Unite League. Drafts already in progress. Let's take a look. And it should pop up at about... Yep, here we are. All right. Got a matchup for you guys tonight. We're going to have Sunder, our purple team, versus TR, our orange team. These teams have played together a lot over the seasons, over the weeks. They've just added it again. This is just their turn. We got our bands already squared away. This is all-star draft. So throughout the rounds, the 10 months that are being chosen between the two teams will no longer be selectable. So these 10 mons are about to show up or are going to disappear in the subsequent rounds. So for our bands, on our purple side, we got Reshiram, Psyduck, Quaquaval, and on our orange side, we got Blissey, Umbreon, and Feraligatr. And it's likely to stay that way throughout the rounds to show some sort of control. And looking at these picks, first pick, we're going to have Yveltal. First pick. They're already choosing their attacker. Yveltal is a pretty cool mon, pretty strong. Is it the strongest attacker in the game? I think Reshiram is stronger, but hey, it got banned for a reason. Over on the other side, over our TR, they're going to be picking Hoopa and Snorlax, pivoting to their defender and their support. Good ones to boot. Very serviceable. They can pivot into any kind of team composition they want. Sunder is going to be taking a page from the book. Also picking a support and a defender. Alcremie and Articuno. They have a healing support there. They have a healing support on orange and purple. Pretty good. Next two picks was going to be, I believe, should be Scyther and Zapdos. You know it's going to be Scyther as opposed to Scizor if they're running a full heal. And Scyther is just the one that shows up. Picking their speedster and their attacker. Rounding out their team. Last two picks over on Sunder, we're going to have two all-arounders. We're going to have Ceruledge and Mega Lucario, two nasty all-arounders. I believe they've decided their jungler and top laner respectively. And last pick is going to be the four-armed man Ma champion to round out their roster. Taking a look back, looking at TR's team, it is a engagement comp. We have the Scyther, we have the Snorlax, and we have Submission Machamp, most likely. And if I had to guess, that's also going to be a Trick Hoopa, enhancing whoever's going to be going in. You're going to go in, get a good engagement with perhaps a heavy slam block, or perhaps with a submission, and setting the tempo for team fights. Meanwhile, on the other side for Sunder, more of a well-rounded team. They're going to be relying a lot on Yveltal's pokes, engagement damage. But, hey, they're a bit balanced. They have some good engagements of their own. They got Mega Lucario, they got Ceruledge. Going in, looking for opportunities. And they have some area denial with Articuno. Right now, anything can happen, so let's wait and see. Well, we're going to have birds of a feather flocking together. Both birds, Articuno and Yveltal, heading down to the bottom as an attacker-defender duo. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're going to have some legendary power of their own. They're going to have Zapdos along with Snorlax. About to get the engagement started. Zapdos doing a lot of damage. Articuno's trying to snuff him out. There is the Thunderbolt. Sorry, Thundershot. There is the discharge. And that's going to be secure for Yveltal and Articuno respectively. Good points. Back in the top, we're going to have Hoopa and Machop going off against Alcremie and Lucario. Lucario already has 11 points, getting a bulk of the experience, but Hooper's not too far behind. There is the push back with Lucario and a quick attack for secure. You already have Scyther heading up along with Ceruledge. Also heading up. Well, I thought he was going to head down to the bottom for a second. Looks like he's checking for information. He's being very vigilant to how he walks up to the rest of the top area. Scyther could be lying in wait, which he was in that grassy spot. Almost time for 850. Almost time for farm to be competed for. Zapdos is here for backup and for damage. There's a discharge. Ceruledge getting toasted. Double KO for Scyther. Could we make that a triple? Yep, we'll make that a triple. Not bad. Not bad at all. In my experience, the attacker from the bottom lane rotating up doesn't necessarily need to score. We got to give the all-arounder more time, more opportunities to stack. Speaking of opportunities, that is another KO on Ledge into their jungle. There is Trick Hoopa enhancing the Scyther, who's already level 7 and taking out this jungle. It's not even his. Man has 2 jungle rotations of his own. And also stealing a berry to boot. All right, it is 8. It's time for Regidrago. And there it is. That is a quick secure from Hoopa. That is a knockout on Regidrago. And back to his other jungle. A lot of damage on Articuno. I don't know where he's going. He's kind of lost in the sauce. You should be backing up. Focus on getting that level 7. Meanwhile, at the top, someone got submissioned. That's a KO from a champ. As a choke. Almost time for 720. Almost time for more farm engagements. More time to compete. Let's take a look at bottom side this time around. There is the Blizzard, but there is the Thunderbolt Zap Cannon. That's a lot of damage. Back at the top. Yep, more tricks. Silly Hoopa. Tricks are for kids. Look at all that movement speed that Trick provides. It looks like both teams want to compete for the top lane. That is a power-up punch. A pup towards Hoopa. Already getting KO'd. A submission on Machamp. Has a choke. Double KO for Yveltal. With the cleanup taking down the level 9 Scyther. Blink and you miss it. Power punch secure. That is a knockout on Regice. Excellent stuff here. Yveltal is ulting. Saying stay away. Can't quite get that all power punch. Close combat. Ledge is back in effect. There's a submission on Scyther. Oh, sorry, on Ledge. He's gonna have to back up. He took major damage. There is a heavy slam, not enough. We're gonna have to take a pick on the Alcremie. Oh, there goes Snorlax. All right, time for a re-engagement on the top lane. Both their health is low. No berries available. I believe Hoopa tried to activate its passive. Just there's no berries around. And that's a break on top pad. Purple team, Sunder extending their lead. 136 to 70. Let's take a look at Zapdos here at the bottom. He's gonna have to try to out-secure Lucario. That's a tough order. Yep, an ultimate from both sides, but Lucario is ultimately the winner. Articuno got it scoring just in time, and that Regieleki's gonna keep walking forward. Lucario getting some experience. Articuno up in front. This is a massive push from purple team. Yveltal's ulting again, getting pushed by the Speedster and Scyther. That's a KO, but a soul for soul. There goes Scyther himself. Regieleki's about to walk in. Zapdos just trying to defend the pad as best he can. We're gonna need that block to push the thing away. Articuno's gonna be ulting. It's not his pet, so it won't freeze over, but he's getting a lot of damage. Looks like purple team's gonna have to give up on that pad. They're gonna leave Articuno for dead. Alcremie's like, I'm just gonna send some healing packages just for you. There's a submission, and there is a KO. All right. Time for a clap back. Lucario's gonna run back towards bottom pad. Try to preserve it. It is on a full 80 out of 80 points. If they can keep bottom pad, that's going to be prime real estate coming into future objectives towards the center. Back at the top, Snorlax is like, all right, I'm going to pivot up to the top. I'm ready to compete for this Registeel. All hands on deck, please. The car's trying to get a back cap all 40. He doesn't get it in time. Zapdos just made it. There's another submission. Take out the support. There's a ultimate from Snorlax taking out Yveltal. Time to break this pad if possible. No, Articuno's there with the Blizzard stalling everybody. There's no way they can get that in. They have to deal with this Articuno. And an ult from Lucario sniping them out. But Champ pays the price. Back cap from Zapdos. I agree with it. Get that pad down by halfway. It's time to start ripping this Reggie Steel. Lucario is all over that. It's about to be a knockout soon. There's the secure. Articuno moving into the enemy jungle, taking on the entire team, screaming for backup. Lucario is here, charging up that power and pump. Here comes Machamp. Scooping him up. There's an ult from Articuno and Zapdos, respectively. No dice. Not that much damage. Articuno's gonna be able to walk away from that, even though he got Zap Cannon. All right, we're winding down. We've reached the late game. It's about 250. There is one more objective left. It is, I believe, a Regieleki at the bottom. Purple team, neither or team wants to fight for it. There's plenty of farm available. They'd much rather do that. They're going for a back cap here, and it's reached it. 30 points. Broke the top pad. 20 seconds remain till the Kyogre objective. Purple team, and look, this is what it happens. If you maintain your bottom pad, you get all this real estate. All the bushes at the bottom, even towards the center. There is no wall up top that's gonna spawn in. It makes it really easy to poke at this objective. Control the pace of the fight, very important. Lucario at the top by itself, trying to get out of here. It's a bit of more than he can choose. That's gonna be a KO. A huge swing in the favor of Orange team. Machamp is ulting, getting Articuno out of here. There goes Zapdos. There goes Machamp. Hoopa's gonna have to ult. Taylor just gonna Phantom Force out of here. There's the Alcremie ult. Trying to preserve his teammates just long enough. There goes Scyther. Sunder's salvaging this situation. Double KO for Articuno. Hoopa's gonna have to trick itself out of here. Lucario is like, all right, time to rip it. Resources have been expended. Zapdos still has his ult left. It's gonna have to work its way over. It's at about a quarter health left. Zapdos is gonna ult the pit. Lucario, who's gonna get it? It is gonna be Yveltal. I believe he got it with its passive secure. Execute. All right, time for some scores. Well, it's 167 to 140. Sunder has the luxury of taking its time a bit. 40 seconds remain. Most of them is being defensive. They realize they're probably in the lead. They don't have to score just yet. They get to take the time. They're gonna let TR make the decisive move. That's so much damage. That is a KO. Lucario's ulting in. Time for some business. Scyther's gonna be holding a top. That pad is only going to be indefensible for about a little bit longer, and now it is a regular pad again. All right, all hands on deck at the bottom. Yveltal's going to be ulting. Scyther going to get cheesed out by the Alcremie. Won't be able to get a KO. No one's going to be scoring here, but that's okay for Sunder here. Game's over. All right, final score 167 to 140. Not bad from Sunder. It was a bit of a rocky start in the final fight, technically, because Lucario got KO'd early with its ultimate being used. But Sunder clapped back quickly. They found a good pick on their end. That fight pretty much ended in a stalemate, and they started ripping the objective with the Yveltal on the secure. And once they secured the objective, they didn't press the issue right away. They wanted everyone to collect themselves, gather forces, and try to allow TR to make the decisive play and then counterattack. Taking out the details page here. Articuno is the MVP. 5 KOs, 3 assists, 84 overall rating. A bit of a low-scoring game from both sides. But a win is a win. Looking at the battle data, that is 72,000 damage dealt and 98,000 damage blocked from just Articuno. Those are MVP numbers, absolutely. Let's see if he can repeat this performance, but not on Articuno. This Mon, as well as the other 9, will be unavailable for the next rounds. This is All-Star Draft. All right, we're going to get the next match set up for you guys, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Oh, also got to check out the comics here. All right, we're going to have Ready Bobetti. Sub GX, how's the casting going? It's going pretty well. I'm enjoying myself casting between the various leagues. And tonight is just Articuno Unite League's turn. It's been going pretty good, my friend. How about you? Also checking out the chat again, we have La Pokemon saying, "Hey, a friend. Hey, how you doing, girl? Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. Just another night casting. I'm enjoying myself. Get to watch some strong competition. We got so much going on tonight. We got so many leagues going on. We got Article Unite League. We got Lotus League. Underdogs on tonight. This is a fun time. And Soul Galeo's coming out tonight. Expect the stream for that. I won't be playing it, but I will be supporting my friends who will be playing it. I'll be hanging out in the One Trig server doing that for a late night, early morning stream. Junk Food and Unite and new release. Count me in. And ladder. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Well, looks like both teams are ready here as we start up game number 2 of this set. This should be a 3 out of 5. Right now, Sunder is leading the pack, but things can change. Those 10 mons from before are now gone. And as I'm going to guess, the same bands as before. 3 on each side. I believe it was Voltal. I saw, Psyduck, Alligator, the pink egg. That mon doesn't even deserve a name. I don't like that thing. Umbreon, I don't like that thing either. These evil supports. Yes, Umbreon's a support. Don't get it twisted. He stares at you and he says you can't play anymore. You're in timeout where I say you're on timeout. And then he gets his friends to jump you. Thing's just mean. Umbreon is just so mean. All right. Mel back on the first pick for the team. Who's it gonna be? Yveltal is no longer available. What else you got? Are you gonna leave it up to your teammates? Is there some mon that's so strong that you just have to have now? Espeon is a mon you should want to have now. Very strong bottom laner. Strong secures. Even from an Eevee with Swift. It only gets better with Psyshock. Good choice. And it's not such a commitment where like you can only have some type of team with it. It's Espeon's pretty flexible. Interesting choice. We're gonna have Walt on Mewtwo X already here. You don't really see too many teams first pick that unless they really believe in its strength. And it's gonna be paired up with a Mamoswine. Interesting. It is looking at the item set, it's running full heal as well. That tells me that it is running Future Sight. Because if it was running Side Strike is hindrance resistant. So interesting. And it has a Mamoswine to boot. That's also a very strong partner, no matter what lane it's in. Well, as a result of those two picks, well, two more picks are going to fall to Sunder. We're going to have Vaporeon and Suicune. A lot of mid-range control here with Whirlpool, Ice Beam, and perhaps Muddy Water. Not bad at all. They're kind of... Sunder's shoring up its defenses in the mid-range. You might need to outpoke it, which is why TR picked Miraidon. These guys on a draft here. All right. Miraidon is just among to outrange those mid-range mages. Good choice. We also have a Comfy, which means a goofy hyper carry is in effect. It might be the Leafeon, or it might be Mewtwo X. It's going to be shuffling around. Leafeon is a strong pick in the jungle as a speedster. It will scale early at level 4. So those of you going up against it around the 920 mark, you need to be subconscious of, hey, Leafeon might be right there waiting in the bush, ready to attack. I have to finish what I'm doing to be careful, to be ready. Be ever present of mind. Last two picks over for Sunder is going to be Sirfetch'd and a Latios. Sirfetch'd is an interesting pick. It's a good pick, a good all-arounder, strong brawler, has really high special defense, can play its life very well, has good damage with the critical hits that it always has on deck, and Latios might be running... If I were the Latios, honestly, I might run Dragon Pulse. Draco Meteor is cool and all, but there's a Leafeon and a Mewtwo and a Mammal just going to be diving you a lot. And you're going to be outpoked by Miraidon. I would potentially run Luster Purge, Dragon Pulse, but technically you can make any moveset work if you're skilled enough. It's all about skill expression, guys. That is key. If you're skilled enough, you can do whatever you want. All right, let's get started once again. We're going to have both EVs heading towards the bottom lane in Vaporeon and Espeon getting their Swift on. Latios will be the jungler this time around. Let him get to level 5. Let him get those Eon stacks available. Higher Eon stacks equals more damage. That's all you need to know. And up top, we're going to have Suicune and Sirfetch'd. That is a nasty lane up top. We have Mewtwo X and a Comfy. A lane a bit on the weaker side. They're going to struggle a little bit. We have an invasion from Swinub. Trying to get a piece of that. That is a good time to invade Latios. He's very vulnerable in this state. Sirfetch'd is here with his big leak. Getting backed up from even more teammates. Vaporeon took it, and what about to take it? He reaches level 4 power spike. So I'm just gonna disengage towards the bottom. We're gonna take a look at Espeon and Miraidon here. Miraidon's about to take it to level 4. And what do you know it? Leafeon's already at the top. All right, Mewtwo X is just gonna have to buy its time to level 5. That's when it's really active. But until then, build up its meter, build up its attack and defense. No hope of securing that. Mewtwo X is gonna have to back up. This is a Draco Meteor Latios. He is ready to build his stacks. All right. You see there, he used Draco Meteor, and there's 2 meteors. Every 25 Eon stacks, and there will be an additional meteor capping out at 6 total. That's how you can have a visual representation of how many stacks he has. Swan up getting a score in, reaching level 5 as a Swine. Fighting tooth and nail for the farm, but in presence of Espeon, that is a wasted effort. All right. Check out the comments here. I like left team's team composition. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Miraidon with the charge beam. Getting some good entry damage. Won't be slowing down for the side strike. Mewtwo X with a Sweet Kiss Comfy. Getting right in there. Getting a KO. Leafeon getting a KO on Suicune. Mewtwo X being a menace. Whoa, Latios, where are you going? With the check button, getting Ice Fanged and scooped up. And that is a secure on Drago from the Orange Team TR. Well, it is 7:20. That means it's time for more farm. That's a lot of farm for Orange Team and a lot of farm on bottom side for Purple. Let's take a look back up top. Regieleki's got to spawn in. They're already going to be starting to hit it. Mewtwo Accessory. There is the telekinesis from Latios, slowing it down a little bit. That's not going to do much to Mewtwo X. Latios, you're going to have to be very careful. All right, that's the score. He's looking straight for Latios, trying to make him disengage from top side. Also, God, they got a lucky there. That's a knockout. And they got Steel at the bottom for Purple side. These guys are getting objectives. Take a look at Mewtwo X. He's the main engager. Leafeon's going to be ulting in, taking down Suicune. A lot of damage being dealt to Orange Team. They're backing up. There's a flip turn. Vaporeon trying to go for glory. There is the Muddy Water. Not enough. Good try. Oh, back at the bottom. Sunder's trying to make a play for the bottom side. It's just being defended by Miraidon. There's another charge beam. Yep, that's range. It's going to be hard to deal with. At least for Sunder. TR welcomes the range. Only top pad is broken on the side of Sunder, which is fine. More farm for them. The pads you really want to defend is bottom side. Mewtwo's up top. I believe now is a really good time to push this bottom pad if you're going to do it. Let's take it this menace. Yep. A punch to the back of the head. There goes Sir Fetched. Mewtwo taking a lot of damage. He is running Recover and Future Sight. I see. I'm a huge fan of Mewtwo X, if you can't tell. All right, more objectives spawning in. Regieleki is first. Miraidon's going to be all over that. Reggie and Mystery's going to be at the bottom. A quick stack for Vaporeon. Leafeon's ulting in, getting massive damage and getting executed by the Latios ult. Let's see how many stacks he got. 2, 3, 4. That is at least 50 stacks. 4 meteors. Quick mats. Oh, they're going to start working on this bottom Registeel that showed up again. Mewtwo and friends got the Regieleki up at the top, and there goes Registeel secured at the bottom. A lot of objectives are being taken again. Save ones too. Another round of it. TR did lose access to their bottom pad. I believe they should focus their efforts on trying to steal the opponent's bottom pad while they're distracted. That is a KO on Vaporeon. You like to see it. Mammals ulting in all over Espeon. I do agree that that's an Ice Rain scoop up. And yep, that's another scoop. And then another scoop. Getting blocked out by Detect from Sir Fetch, but it's not going to be enough. That is a KO. Drago is available. Sunder is back, ready to defend their bottom side. Who's gonna get this Drago? Mewtwo's like, hey, stay away from this. There, an ult for an ult for an ult. Mewtwo getting KO'd there. That's a lot of damage from these attackers. Uh-oh. Woo! Whiffed on the Draco Meteor, but that's okay. That is a KO on Miraidon. And there is the Draco secure. Well, about 40 seconds left to the ground on objective spawning in. The score is 191 to 96. Sunder's favor. Mewtwo is going to get another objective over at the top. Another chance at Regieleki. He's been all over that. Additional pressure. Try to close the point gap. He's going to let it go. He wants positioning. He won't go too deep in for the Suicune. He's picking his battles. That is a Regirock. That is a good buff to get coming into this final fight. Shore up your defenses. Groudon is here. Whoa, massive. Well, not massive damage, but good damage on the Mewtwo from Latios. Yep, that's at least 100 on stacks. Latios is fully stacked. That is a lot of damage. It just ulted too, so that cooldown is super low. They're poking away at it. And if no one shows up, this is going to be an easy secure. Yep, easy secure. No one showed up. Too late. Nope, you're too late. They got Groudon buff. You're late if you're on time. You're on time if you're early. Goodbye. Show up next time. Triple KO for Sir Fetched. Sunder making a statement here. Getting a Groudon objective so fast. Not much for TR to do. Well, if Mewtwo can steal a red buff, a Groudon buff, that would be towards his benefit. There goes Mamoswine. Groudon buff hurts. Massive damage on the ult. And there goes Miraidon getting put in place. Telekinesis. Latios is on a tear with the Groudon buff. Well, these last couple seconds are just a formality. Espeon disappeared. There goes Leaf. All right, that was a very decisive team fight over on Groudon. Latios is like, I'm just going to keep poking at this. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't. And they did not show up. TR falling asleep at the wheel a little bit. Final score 935 to 96. That is a point gap and a half. MQL, absolutely. MVP, the Latios, 5 KOs, 5 assists, 85 overall rating, 10 assists from the Vaporeon. That's a handsome stat. Looking at the battle data. Now, I would say this is low damage, but like this is the damage you should be like aiming for it, bare minimum. About 53,000 damage dealt, just enough. Was efficient. It's not all about the damage numbers. Numbers only tell part of the story. Anyway, we'll be right back. These next 10 Mons are also gone. Let's see what else Sunder has in store. They're on match point. Stay tuned. Taking a little look at the comments, we got Valid Bear with Sweet Kiss, you got to make the first play. I wholeheartedly agree. That's just the type of proactiveness you would want to see from movesets like that. Also got Ready But Betty. Wow, Orange Team trolled and Latios is cooking. Agreed. Orange Team kind of fell asleep on the wheel there, as I said, but hey, they got out and they're still in the set. They got at least one more game to make up for it. All right, we're back. Oh man, more updates on the chat. You guys are active today. We got Super SP. Thank you, GX, for the stream. This was cool to find live. Oh man, appreciate it, dude. Thanks for stopping by. I love casting for you guys. Not enough content like this online. There's a bit of a gap in the market, if you ask me. Well, same bands as before. Let's just keep these ones out of here. We're gonna have better Walt on TR. We have TR with the first pick for a change. Back to round on, and they're gonna be picking Mr. Mime. Not a bad choice. They want, I would imagine it's a wall like Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime with walls, that's a popular choice. Though if they wanted some Mon with defender like qualities, why not like a Mon like Trevenant or Blastoise? That's what Sunder's after. They got Blastoise, they got Skeledirge, the range attacker. Skeledirge actually does pretty well in lane. You know, like start scaling at level 5. It's not bad. I've been sleeping on this Mon in its laning phase. It's pretty good. Got decent secure. Has the fear effect, making people turn around, making secures easier, denying their secures. That Mon's pretty good in lane. That's rare for like an attacker who's just like, oh, just send him in lane, it's fine. Not a lot of attackers are like that. Now, if you ask me, this game would be pretty dope if it's just more Mons in general were just at least decent in lane. You'd be seeing a lot more variety, honestly. But enough of my ramblings. Looking at the rest of what TR has to offer, where it's going to be another support in Latios, Miss Latina. Latios is gone. She's all by her lonesome. We're also going to have Crustle, Talonflame, and Pikachu. All right. Interesting choices. A bit low on the firepower overall, but they do got decent burst damage if the Talonflame and the Pikachu work together really well. Volt Tackle is a cruel move. Over on the side for Sunder, a bit more balanced up a composition. They got to have Blastoise, Skeledirge, as we mentioned before. And they're also going to have Eldegoss, Charizard Y. Oh my goodness, I forgot that's a Pokemon. How can I forget that? And they got Dragonite. They got D-Knight. Interesting. The composition on Sunder looks terrifying. They got a couple of board breakers with Blastoise ult, Charizard ult. They got a good secure with Hyper Beam. They got a healing support. They got range damage. That's actually insane if they lines it up at a choke points, which the map is full of. Oy, oy, oy. I think Sunder's gearing up for their end game. They're trying to put everyone to bed right here. Trying to put these boys to sleep. All right. Let's get it on. Squirtle Squirt heading to the bottom with Skeledirge. Dratini is going to be the jungler. Top side is going to be Charizard with its flower. Going up against Latios and Mr. Mime. That's actually going to be tough to beat for Charizard. It has to be playing very defensively at this stage. We're going to have Talonflame going to be the jungler. And over at the bottom side, we're going to have Pikachu and Crustle. And like I was saying before, Skeledirge with the good secures. Easy secure. 16 points already. Squirtle being a general nuisance. Eating those electro webs for breakfast. Back at the top, Charizard's doing the best it can. It has 13 points. It's doing decent on the secures. Here comes, uh-oh. Be careful, yep. No, eject, I think it's running full heal. Dragon Arrows was overextending a little bit. Not prospecting the presence of the enemy jungler. Wait, Coco heading up, Pikachu heading up. This is gonna be a 3-on-4. Most of that is actually gonna be going to Sunder. KO, no KO for Sunder just yet. Please don't. No, it's not worth. Double KO for Pikachu. I mean, I respect the effort. Try to get your KOs here, man. Try to reestablish some value. All right, Fue Coco. Being trapped in the walls by Russell here. There's the Electro Web. A good water gun. Give the teammates some relief here. Hyper Voice for the easy secure. Dragonair already at level 7. Dealing with this objective all by its lonesome. That should be easy secure. If no one shows up. Pikachu's on its way. Has an E-ball. Can it be well timed? And E-ball. Yep. No! He didn't get it. I'm surprised. Good work for Dragonair. Just needs to get to level 8 to become a D-Knight. Talonflame is here. Gotta be careful. Hyper Voice. All right. Hey, is that a war turtle? He ain't level 7. Get him out of here. All right, there is a full tackle. A bit greedy there, and that's why. KO. Talon's like, all right, let's see what I can do. Oh, we got to pick up on a war turtle. Grab the berry. Next up, that's a good wall into X-Scissor. Another KO for Talon. Triple for Talon. Can we make it a quad? That's a trap. That's a quad. Crustle, Crustle, Crustle. Now that's a defender. Talon getting these secures in. And an easy, yep. Bottom pad's already broken. Score is 0-109. Not bad, TR. Not bad at all. Making this is a huge improvement over the last couple of games. Talonflame level 10 with an ult. Ready to push people away. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Attacking from that back angle. Let's push him. Oh, there's a wall! No! Bit of a miscommunication, and that they're gonna pay for that one. Yep, that was a bit of a miscommunication, but that's something Crustle could have anticipated. Look what the position Talonflame was playing. It was a bit telegraphed. Oh, let's see if Wartortle can get to level 7 here. There it is. It's a Blastoise with Surf. I'd imagine. Unless it's a weirdo that's going Hydro, Rapid Spin, Hydro Pump. Nope, Surf Hydro Pump. KO on the Charizard, who's not level 9 just yet. Not too threatening. Dragonite ulting in, trying to catch him from behind here. Eldegoss is ulting to save itself from the Talonflame Fly. Fly is such an impressive move. I'm in a Z-axis. I'm in a 3D plane. You can't reach me from where you're at. You guys in the second dimension. I'm in a third dimension. There it goes. An ultimate from Pikachu getting scooped up from Charizard. It's time to pay the piper. Another wall. Oh my goodness. Please. You guys are getting in each other's way. Oh, there goes the top pad. I almost forgot. They got a Regieleki. Oh, goodness me. How could I forget? It's a knockout. Charizard. Uh-oh. Scoring a 40 bomb, and that's a 10% ult charge. Hey, yo, grab that point. Get ult charge. Hey, hurry. Hurry before they show up. Get them stacks in. More farm, too. Oh, delicious farm. Nutritious farm. Eldegoss holding down top side. Could probably go for a back cap if it times it right. Bottom objective is available. Already all over it. Here's the fly. Mistimed the hyper beam. Got it with the basic. I don't know how. Another fly. There goes Charizard. Oh my goodness. You heard those foghorns? There goes Latias. Oh, Reggie like he just walked in. Talonflame probably getting an ult in and getting a KO. You know how he got that? Crustle's on the opposite side of the map. There's the fly. Time to bail. Why'd he go for the farm? He should have just left. He must not wanted to live. Double KO for Dragonite. Oh man, if that Mr. Mime did not leave, that was gonna be a mean hyper beam. All right, well, Blastoise, you got greedy for a surf, then here's your eternal reward. Up, surfing into the wall, I see. Yep, KO. Clap back. Another objective for the purple team. Hyper beam secured. Speaking of objectives, another one's up top. A rock. That's not a boulder, it's a rock. The Pioneers would ride these babies for miles. Well, 20 seconds left. Final objective is about to spawn in, perhaps for the set. Groudon, the best objective. I will not have an argument there. Best objective in the game right now. Couple more seconds. Sunder taking the lead. 206 to 188. It's pretty close, though. Talonflame going for a back cap, trying to change things. This is going to be tough. This should be very simple for Sunder to actually secure. Hyper Beam's insane. Charizard Y ulting in. That's the board break. Pikachu trying to ult to clap back. That's a Charizard Y. Hyper Beam secure. Eldegoss secure. All right, whatever. We'll take it. Yep, that should do it. There it is. Well, we all saw the writing on the wall. Sunder's team composition was insane. Ah, hyper voice. Another hyper voice. Another serve. Hey, food for the team. Blastoise, no. Oh, Charizard getting a KO. Dragonite getting a KO. Pikachu getting KO'd himself. Yep. This is Dunzo. And there goes Blastoise. Stay surfing on those walls. Well, that's cute. They're meeting in the middle. Well, what a set here. Sunder came to play. They gave him a 3-0 and a handshake. 676 to 234. Everyone give them reverence. Be cool. Meet him in the middle. Shake their hands. Well, this is an aggressive handshake. Well, a bit of a rocky start for Sunder, but once they reached mid to late game when their later scaling Mons got their levels, it was a completely different game. Well, look at the details. Final score 686 to 234. MQL is the MVP, 9 KOs, 8 assists, 88 overall rating. Good stuff. Has a Hyper Beam D-Knight at his easy secures. No one can really contest him except Talonflame, but that's still a tall order. Battle data. Yeah, supports this. About 60,000 damage dealt between Skeledirge and Draco the Charizard Y. Not bad at all. Decent damage numbers. Good job to Sunder. I agree. Slim 96 TV. Let's see if we can get an interview with these guys. Sit tight. Man, these guys left the VC chat so fast. 1 second.
What's good?
All right. The people hear you. What's up? Congratulations. Dominant
Thank
game
you.
from the A team of Sunder. You guys are doing pretty good. 3-0 and a handshake. How you guys feeling right now?
After our first week with Stacey Yellow, where we had to forfeit, it was a little hard, and we weren't able to. We haven't been playing recently as a team because we're busy with school and life. But I think that us playing here was like it was like a refresh. Like we're ready.
Yeah, man, life happens. So, like, it's always good to get back into the swing of things. Take control of your lives again. Get back, establish a routine. That's good. Good stuff. Good adaptation here. So, well, as I said, if you guys did a 3-0. That must feel good. Such dominant games, such smart drafts. Let's talk about the last one. We'll kind of work our way backwards. I think you guys completely outdrafted these guys. What was the what were you guys thinking going into this game? This game 3.
Our draft on Sunder is probably the best thing we have. Me and MQL are pretty good at drafting, and we're also pretty we have a lot of one tricks on our team, so we know our matchups pretty well. So every character that we pick is like our draft is usually pretty good all around. I'd say we almost never lose drafts. It's usually always even or we win.
Yeah, you guys said you have a bunch of one tricks. Could have fooled me. You guys playing so many different ones
I mean,
so well.
we got MQL, we got Barnacase, we got Valley Bear, Mountain Mew, Mew players. Like most of us are known for our one tricks. Like me with Blissey, Sableye. Like, I mean, we got some pretty deep pockets now. But when we started the team, we were pretty weak when it comes to our mom pulls.
Oh man, that's what I like to hear. That's the point of this game type, All Star. You gotta learn. You gotta come to play. You gotta have mons in your duffel. You gotta be ready to play. So yeah, not bad. Deep mom pools. I see it. I just out of nowhere, I just see Char Y and like Skeletors. I'm like, they were playing these mons before. This is good. This is good news. You guys can be the plays you're always meant to be. So yeah, I see some bands here, pretty consistent. I see Reshiram, Psyduck, and Quaquaval. What do you guys feel about those mons right now?
Psyduck, I was high and I don't feel like playing it. So, and Reshiram, we don't have a Reshiram player.
Shame on your attacker. Shame on him.
What was our last man? It was Quaquaval. We don't have a Quaquaval player.
That one can be forgiven. There's so many all arounders.
And the person who was subbing for top lane today was he doesn't have a very big top lane pool.
Yeah, that's always a tough one for top lane hyper carry. That's you usually playing all arounders and there's like a million of them. So that's gonna take a while to establish. a comfortable size Mon pool. Mon's always getting banned from that category left and right, so it's gonna take some time. But you guys got nothing but time. Guys got nothing but time. Well, I guess we can move on to game 2 here. How you guys were feeling about game 2? It was still pretty dominant performance. Let's see. See if I can refresh my memory, guys. Mon pool real quick. Oh yeah, you guys, that was the Surfetch and Suicune game. We don't normally see those Mons so much in rotation anymore. Let's any particular reason for the Surfetch pick in game
The
2?
Surfetch pick is just one of his it's just one of his comfort picks because, like I said, he doesn't have a very big top lane pool, and so and then our Suicune pick is just a comfort pick for us because Naya is a very good Suicune player. He gets it. It's actually us, like one of our most banned Pokemon versus us, just because of him. Anything Naya plays is amazing.
Agreed. All right, we're gonna now pivot to game 1. You guys scooped up Yveltal, first pick game 1, and banned
Oh yeah,
out.
I don't know
Well,
why they let that through.
yeah, that's interesting choice. Like Yveltal's good. I don't know if you want to scoop that up first. What's the logic behind that?
We didn't feel like saying Snorlax, and that was the only really other prio pickup. So we just picked up the Yveltal because Matt Mew plays it, and then they picked Hoopa against us, and their Hoopa didn't throw stuns at us. So I mean, we didn't lose our early game that hard as hard as we should have
Well, all right.
for them to sacrifice the Yveltal.
Well, everything was grounded in logic. You like to see it. Congratulations once again to Sunder, our champions of the set tonight. As you know, this set will be uploaded to the various platforms under GX2_Unite. Look forward to that. I'm gonna upload that right away. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and rest of you guys have a good night. Pull you
Yes,
guys
thank you.
towards Underdunk, so you guys can check that out. That should be in progress right now.
You have a nice night.
You too. GG's, dudes.